We are in a workshop in live. How are you? Today is June 19. Now in Germany is 22 or 1 and 22 minutes. 1 in the afternoon. 13 in the afternoon and 22 minutes. How are you? Yesterday I made this little pattern of my knitted sweater Juliana. I will let you this pattern on the comments and on the description box. In my little pattern I made 22 stitches. I showed you yesterday how we made the rib stitch. After this I made the stockinette stitch, the fantasy stitch, and we must alternate the stockinette and the fantasy stitch. These are the needles number 4 millimeters. My sweater, Juliana or Juliana, has 80 stitches. From white is approximately 38 centimeters, that are 14.9 inches from white. And from long until the shoulders, I have almost 39 centimeters, that was or is 15 inches, 3. I will let you this pattern on the comments and on the description box. I alternate the stockinette stitch with the fantasy stitch. I made from this fantasy stitch, I made 8 rows with this. When I made the 8 rows, are 2 rows of the fantasy stitch, I will make good the light. Thank you for your like and to subscribe here on my channel. After that, I made the 8. I alternate the stockinette and the fantasy stitch. After the 8 rows or 8 row of the fantasy stitch, I begin with the shoulder, with the neck, with the rib stitch. In the rib stitch, my sweater Juliana has 14 rows, 14 hileras. And for finish my work, I have 6 rows. Altogether was 39 centimeters, but you can make a little longer, maybe 50 centimeters, maybe is for a large size. I made a short sweater. And now, yesterday I showed you this, and now I made the rib stitch, and I will show you how close the stitches. This sweater, Juliana, has not increases or decreases. You begin with the same stitches and you close with the same stitches. You must make a little pattern with your yarn and needles, and after this you will see how many centimeters or inches make your work, your thread. This is the important. Now I make the rib stitch. How is the rib stitch? The rib stitch is the knit and the purl stitch, and we repeat. Yesterday I showed you all of these stitches step by step, and I will let you the workshop in live from yesterday. I will let you on the comments and on the description box. There too I will let you my knitted sweater Juliana. It's a nice sweater, and I show you step by step. Look, this is the knit stitch. We insert into the stitch, we bring the yarn, and we back the needle, and this yarn is the new stitch, and this go out. For the reverse or for the purl stitch, we bring the yarn to the front, from the right to the left. Thank you for your for your like. Muchas gracias, chicas. And this is the purl stitch, punto revés en español. We repeat again. One knit, one purl. This is a nice stitch that is a stretch. This makes that your work, your waistband is a little stretch. And I use it too for the shoulders and the neck. En español, this stitch is the punto elástico en español. Thank you for your like. We bring the yarn to the front and we make the last purl stitch. El último punto revés. We turn the knitting work. And I made here, you can see 1, 2, 3, and 4 rows. On my sweater or in my sweater, I made 6 rows with this rib stitch, remember. This is a little pattern of my sweater. I will make the another, because you must make 2 pieces the same. One will be the front and the another will be the back of our sweater. Now that I have these 4 rows for the front, to me the front is when the yarn of the beginning is in the right side. To me, this is the front of the work. Look, are like little kenoten, nudos en español. And here in the reverse, you can see like lines. So to me, this is nicer, this front. Thank you for your like. Yesterday, we make this nice sweater. Now I will close the stitches. This is my Peruvian style. You will see. Only I will make knit stitches, okay? We make 1 knit. Again, the second knit stitch. We let a little space, not so tight, not so loose, please. And the first, look, I will make langsam, slowly. The first stitch, I will catch with this left needle, and the another needle is back. And the second stitch will stay, and this goes out. And we close the first stitch. Hola, Peggy. Thank you to be here, my dear. Muchas gracias. Again, 1 knit. Slowly, lento en español. We back. And we let a little space in my stitches. And the first, look, I catch with this needle and the another needle back, and stay the second stitch. And now we close 1 stitch. You only must practice to make these stitches, the knit stitch, the purl stitch. It's very easy, don't worry. The first, look, we catch here and we back. Hello, my dear Tarfa Ali. Thank you to be here. Thank you for your like too. Muchas gracias, chicas. I am a Peruvian that live actually in Germany. For this, I make this workshop in live. In this moment is 13 and 32 minutes here in Germany. La 1:32 de la tarde en español. I speak Spanish. Look, this is the technique that my mother teach me. So little to little, we close the stitches, not so tight, not so loose. And look, it's beautiful. This is my little pattern. I will show you again my sweater Juliana. Don't worry. And I will let you the pattern on the comments and on the description box. I made this pattern some years ago. And you know, now on YouTube we have a lot of channels, a lot of patterns, a lot of videos. So these videos I must make for this the workshop for that the people can find my patterns. The first look, we cut and we back the needle, the right needle, and this stitch will stay. The another goes. If you are new, you can practice with a yarn that is not so teeny. Better. Muchas gracias. Thank you for your like, chicas. Thank you. Now I will make the last stitch. I will finish this row and I will read your message. Thank you. The second, we make up, look, and slowly we back the right and stay. Perfect. Terminamos. To finish, we cut. And look, to close, we close all the stitches like this. We open the last stitch and we bring the yarn into this stitch. And slowly we push here. And look how it's beautiful. Yesterday I showed you this pattern. And I will let you, if you didn't watch my video, I will let you on the comments and on the description box. Okay, now I can read. Peggy dijo, hola. Tarfa, Ali, hello. Eugenio Costa, estoy enfermo, ore por mí. Ok, querido Eugene, espero que te pongas bien. I hope you are better. I hope, really. Claudia Formel. Hola, hola Claudia. María Liz Alves. Bon dia, bonita. Boy, make Tasha. Sangita. Hello, my dear friends. Thank you for your like. So, I will show you again my knitted sweater Juliana. You must make two pieces the same, without increases, without decreases. This is the sweater Juliana. The waistband, I made 14 rows that are approximately 7 centimeters. And to finish, I made again the rib stitch with 6 rows. I let for the slips, I let 22 centimeters. This is my knitted sweater Juliana. You can see the fantasy stitch here. The yarn of this nice sweater. Look, this is the rib stitch of the original sweater. Look, I made 14 rows that made approximately 7 centimeters. You can make this sweater for all the ages. Look, this is the ribbon that I use. But you can make your sweater with this yarn of cotton, of acrylic. You can make for summer, for winter. I will make the another part, and I will show you how we sew this. We must sew here in the shoulders and on the laterals. But now I want to show you my nice blanket that I made for babies. I will show you. Here I have the picture. Is here, this pattern is ready here on YouTube. Look. And I will show you now how I made these stitches, the squares with the knit and the purl stitches. We will make now this nice pattern. I will make this, and in the another workshop I will show you how we must sew, but in the pattern of the sweater. Juliana, I show you how I sew the shoulders, how I sew the laterals with the another piece. You must make 2 pieces the same, without increases or decreases. Okay, we will make this blanket. I must read my blanket is 70 centimeters and long. From wide was 70 centimeters, and from long 90 centimeters. Sorry, almost I speak German too, and sometimes I confuse the numbers. And I made for every square 10 stitches. So my blanket has 140 stitches in the beginning. When I finish the blanket, I made the border. But sure, you can make the border with the beginning too. So I will try to change this for to know how is, okay? I use the needles 4,50 millimeters. For this little pattern, I will use this 4 millimeters, okay? We will calculate zum Beispiel, by example. We will write. Every square is 10 stitches. I will make 3 squares for show you, okay? So 10 mal 3 is 30 or 30 stitches, 30 puntos. But I want make the border with the garter stitch. I will make filage maybe 5 stitches in the border. So 5 in the border, zum Beispiel, by example, will be here 5, 5, 10, 10, and 10. So I must make 40 stitches. This is a little pattern, okay? We will make. I will use this lila yarn that is very nice. You can use for babies all the colors that you prefer. So welcome to my channel. I am Maricita Colors in English. Today I will show you how I will make a nice blanket, the fantasy stitch. And you know, this pattern I will let you on the comments, and from the blanket I will let you too on the comments and on the description box. So how we calculate, yesterday we saw how I calculate the 40 stitches that I calculate. I will make here 40 times the yarn on the needle, okay? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 30. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 40. A little Spanish. Hello, hello, my dears. María Bonaria, ¿cómo estás? ¿Cómo están, chicos? Thank you to be here. After this, when I calculate the 40 stitches, we will let some centimeters and don't lose this because we calculate until here. We make out the stitches from our needle, and here I will make 40 stitches. Look, we go with the needle on the center and from left to right on the needle. Not so tight, not so loose. Again, left, right on the needle. I saw a lot of ways to make this cast on, I think is in English. In Spanish we say poner los puntos en los palitos, no? We have not a special word. And look, it's not so loose, not so tight. I will make 40. This is my Liebling, my favorite technique. I make crochet too. You can find patterns from crochet and knitting here on my channel. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 20, 21, 22, 23. I don't know if it's enough. I make so loose here that I don't think that I will have 40 stitches. We will see. If not, I must make again. All is in life. In life can pass all. A ver. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28. I don't know why, but I made so loose. I will make again. I calculate, but I think was not enough. I calculate again. I must make a little more yarn. Hello, my dear Hudson. Thank you to be here. Okay, I calculate 40 again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. This is Spanish. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. I let some centimeters more. We let free. And from here, I must have for 40 stitches. Buenos días. Thank you to be here, my dear Hudson. Hello, my dear Kathleen Salomsky. Muchas gracias to be here, and thank you for your like. Again, I don't must make so loose because I lost yarn when I make so loose. So we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 10. Now in Spanish. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Look. left, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 30, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, and 40. Is that I made a little loose for this is not enough. Gracias for your like. This is knitting. Today I will make knitting. Yesterday we made knitting too, and I will let you the pattern of this little sweater that is a big sweater. This is the little pattern. On the comments and on the description box. Okay, we have 40 stitches. Tenemos 40 puntos. Stitches, puntos. Needles, agujas en español. You learn crochet, Spanish too. With me. Thank you. Is knitting easy to learn? Gracias, my dear Alec. Oh, Carlita. Sí, I have this pattern here on my channel. I will let you on the comments. It's a blanket, knitted blanket Maricita. Okay, in my pattern, I told you, that I will make 5 for the border and 3 squares and 5 for the border for the left side. But first, I will make the garter stitch. How is the garter stitch? I will make some rows. The garter stitch is the knit stitch in the front and in the reverse of our work. Look, the first stitch, look, attention. We insert into the first stitch. We bring one loop or the yarn. And this yarn will stay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Only knit stitches I will make, okay? I will make a little quickly. This is the variation that I made for my blanket. You can watch my pattern. I will let you on the comments on the description box. First, I made only the squares in my pattern. But here I begin with this border. The border I made it when I finished my blanket. I made the border all around. You can watch it in my channel here. But now I make this variation that you can watch that is easy too. I make together now the border from the right, border from the left, and from the beginning. At the end, you must make the same too. This is the garter stitch, knit stitches, okay? Look, el punto derecho en español. Yesterday, in my pattern of my knitted sweater Juliana, I showed you too all the stitches. Garter stitch en español, punto bobo o punto Santa Clara. This is the last stitch. We bring the yarn and ready. We pull a little for that our border is uniform. Look, when I make the knit stitch in the front, in the reverse is the pull stitch. Hola Mari Matsu. Hola querida Calendario Galvan, Catherine Mama, Mónica Bianchi. Bienvenidas chicas. Thank you for your like. Again, we will make the knit stitch. This stitch is special to make scarves or blankets too, only with the garter stitch. Only is that you need a lot of yarn to make this stitch because it's a little stretch, so you will use a lot of yarn. But with my squares that I will show you, you don't need so much because it's a little more teeny. But this garter stitch make our work a little, how is thick? Thick in Spanish, or in German is thick, I think. In English is thick, un poco grueso, miren. But it's beautiful. I love this fantasy stitch, this garter stitch. I have here on my channel a basic course of knitting. You can write only knitting lessons Maricita. You can subscribe and activate the bell to watch all my workshops in live. I show you my old and my new patterns. Again, the last stitch. We bring the yarn back and ready. We pull a little. Again, I am in the front, look. I think to make these blankets, you can use needles like this, number 4, number 4,50. They are special for that our blanket is not so loose. Sure, all depends of the yarn too. This yarn is special for 3 or 4 millimeters, the needles, no? Or hooks. Hook. So we make only knit stitches, look. Punto derecho. I make a little schnell, a little rápido. For that I show you how we will make the squares. But don't worry, because in my pattern you will see step by step. Only the difference in my pattern that has some years, I didn't make the border together. I make the border at the end with another, the needles, the circle needles. Gracias, querida Fátima. Qué linda. Gracias, Catherine, Mónica, bienvenidas. Catherine, muchas gracias. Again, look, only knit stitches, okay? This is my favorite technique for this. I can make rápido. Rápido, quickly en español. Punto derecho is the knit stitch. The purl stitch for us in Spanish is punto revés. Agujas, needle. Yarn, hilo. Wool, lana. Cotton, this is acrylic. Cotton is algodón. Here in German they say Baumwolle. It's like yarn of cotton, baumbole. Sure, for one blanket, you must make a little pattern for to know how many centimeters or inches make your little pattern. With your little pattern, you can calculate how many centimeters you need for 70 centimeters or 80 or 1 meter. Look. You can make the border. I will see in my pattern. Here I will show you the photo of my blanket. Where are you? I have not anymore this pattern because I give a present for my friend. Look, the border. Look, I make 1, 2, 3, 4. You see the canoting. So altogether are 8. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yeah, 8. 8 rows. Here I made, look, I count only the canoten. Zum Beispiel, by example, this is the first row. 1, 2, 3, y 4. Here I have 4 rows, but you can see 1 and 2 rows of canoten. This is from the beginning. This I don't count. I count from here. 1 and 2, but all together, because between these 2 rows of the canoten we have this, the knit stitch. So here I will show you, we will make the design of our little pattern, okay? I say that I will make 5 of these stitches in the right, 5 in the left, and 10, 10, and 10 stitches. You will see, don't worry. Look, we will make here the first 1, 2, 3, 4, y 5. Until here is the border. From here, I must make 10 the design of the squares. I will make 10 knit, 10 purl, and 10 knit. At the end, we will make the 5 of the border. You can make your own design, sure, but I show you this little design, okay? Okay, we make this 5, and now I will make the 10 knit stitches. That is the same, so altogether is 15. 1, 2, 3, 4 y 5, perdón, 6, 7, 8, 9 y 10. 10 knit plus from the border 5, we have 15. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15. Now, yarn in the front and I will make 10 purl stitches. 1, 2, 3. The purl stitch is from the right to the left. We involve the needle, back the yarn over the needle, and this is the new, and this go. So I must make 10. My blanket has 14 squares, and I alternate 10 knit, 10 purl, 10 knit, 10 purl. Okay, I must count the 10. We will see, we will count. Look, until here I make the knit, you can recognize. And from here I make the canoten, the purl stitch. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 9, and 10. Again, 10 knit stitches, 10 puntos derechos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 y 10. And the 5 of the border again with the knit stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4 y 5. Perfecto. We finish the design of our blanket. Marilene Nacimientos. Hola Marilene, gracias por estar aquí. Gracias for your likes. You can not see now the design. We will see in the next rows. So remember, the border always will be 5 stitches. So we must make always 5 knit stitches in the border. If you make 10 stitches, you must make in the front and the reverse the same. 1, 2, 3, 4 y 5 puntos from the border. And now look, we find the 10 knit in the reverse are 10 purl stitches. So the yarn in the front, and I will make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 y 10 puntos, 10 purl stitches. And now we find the 10 knit stitches because in the back we made the purl stitch. So when we made a knit, in the opposite is the purl, and when we make one purl, in the opposite is one knit. This is easy. You don't have mistakes for this. Okay, we will make so 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 y 10. Again, 10 purl stitches. You recognize the canoten. Look, this is the purl stitch. And we make 10 purl stitches. 10 puntos revés. In the border, we have 5 stitches. Remember, 2, 4, and 5. So I must count here the 5 and yarn in the back, and always the border will be the knit stitch in the front and the back. 1, 2, 3, 4 y 5. 5. We turn and thank you for your like. Muchas gracias, chicas. Thank you. Look, the design. You begin to see the squares. We will make some rows for that you notice too. Here in the border always will be the knit stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4 y 5. Again, 10 knit stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 y 10. 10 knit stitches. Gracias. Thank you for your likes. We are 55 likes. Muchas gracias. Yesterday, we made 100 likes and almost 15 views, 15,000 views. Thank you. Muchas gracias. Like this, I will make workshops every day. Okay, we find the purl stitch, yarn in the front, and we make 10 stitches. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 y 10. Yarn in the back, and we will make the knit stitch until the end, because the end, remember, is the border with 5, so we don't must count in the borders. Only when we change the stitches of our squares, there we must change. So we have the 5 of the border that are together with the first square. Look. Little to little, we can see the borders continuing, always with the garter stitch. One tip, when the yarn is in the right side, to me this is the front of the work. But in this blanket will be both sides you can use. Sure, to me, here in the first row, is not the first row, this is the cast on. This you see be like canoting. And look here, it's like lines. Okay, we continue. Thank you for your like. Muchas gracias, chicas. In the border, always remember the 5 stitches, the knit, that we make the garter stitch. 4 y 5, 5. And again, here we find the purl stitch, so we make 10 purl stitches. These little squares, the white and the long must be the same approximately, the same centimeters or inches, for that our work is, for that the squares are a little uniform. Not will be maybe exactly, they don't must have the same centimeters or inches, don't worry. I will try to make the little square. So we find here, you notice, so forth, you notice automatic that finish the purl and begin the knit. I must sit good in this chair. Thank you for your light, chicas. To make the knit, we make the yarn in the back or on the back, and we make the 10 knit stitches, 10 puntos derechos. You will see sofort, or sofort is German. You will see the difference. Look, the purl and the knit. You notice sofort, automatic. Now, again, the purl. For the purl, we have the yarn on the front, no? With this yarn, it will be nice. One blanket. I find so shown, so beautiful this color. Here we must have the attention because we make the purl, but the border always is the knit. So we must count the 5 stitches. We have the 5, so we make the yarn in the back and we make the knit stitches. The 5 knit stitches, puntos derechos, and we turn. Look. Look the garter stitch here, the border, and the squares you can notice. By example, I will see how many centimeters has this. Almost 5 centimeters of white. So I must make approximately 5 centimeters of long. When I have the 5 centimeters, I will change the squares, only the squares. Where are the 10 knit stitches, I will make 10 purl. And when are the 10 purl stitches over, I will make 10 knit stitches. Hello, Mandip Kaur. Thank you to be here. Ashraf Javed. Hello, Venera Pashikan. Hello, chicas. Águeda Ayala. Sophie Dus Things. Hello. Thank you for your like. Muchas gracias, chicas. Miren qué bonito. Look, it's very nice. we will see with this little pattern, we can calculate how many how many stitches we need to make our blanket. We will see, okay? Tomorrow I will make we will change the squares, but I think you know now how you can make. Zum Beispiel, by example, here I have 21 stitches. We need mathematicas here. We have 40 stitches and we have 21 centimeters. If I made 80 stitches, it will be the double, 42. When we make 120, we will have 42, 52, 62, dry un sexy or 63 centimeters. If we make, this is stitches, like this you must calculate. If you want, if you make 160 stitches, we will have 63, 73, 84, 84 centimeters. 20, 40, 60, 80. If you make 200 stitches, because always I make 40, 40, 40, no? 40 mal, that is German, 45 times is 200. So, 80, 90, 104, 105 centímetros. So, with this yarn and with these needles, the number 4, for half 1 meter, approximately, I must have 200 stitches. This is the way that you must calculate your stitches when you make your little pattern like this that yesterday we made the sweater Juliana. Yesterday I showed you too how you must calculate. So, thank you for your like. I will show you again my sweater Juliana. This is Juliana. Sure, with another yarn. It's total different the yarn, but I like to use another yarns for that. I show you too how you can calculate with your yarn and your needles. This is the rib stitch, look. The stockinette, the fantasy stockinette, I alternate too. I made 8 times this fantasy stitch. In the pattern that I will let you on the comments and on the description box, you will see the step by step from my knitted sweater Juliana, like this you find here, knitted sweater Juliana, or my knitted blanket Maricita. I want to show you the Madam. I don't understand, sorry, my dear Mandip Kaur, sorry. I want to show you my blanket. Thank you for your like. Remember that you can subscribe and activate the bell to know when I have a new workshop, when we are in live, or when I have a new pattern. Yes, or now in my workshops, I try to show you the patterns that I have here on my channel. I have almost 200 patterns, knitted and crocheted too. Look, this is the blanket that you can watch here on my channel. I have not anymore because it was a present for a baby. But it's beautiful, look. One day, one person write me and tell me how I sew the squares. And I must to write and say, no, we don't must sew, we make together. So, I will make these 2 rows, the last, and tomorrow I will show you how we change the squares, okay? First, I make the 5 of the border, and with the 10 of the first square is the knitting, the knit stitch, so we continue. You can notice when change the stitches, you notice with your finger because are different. So now 10 pull stitches. Pull stitches, punto revés en español. Knit stitch, punto derecho. Square, cuadrados en español. O cuadrado, it's not plural. Here I make again the knit stitch. And look. Look how is like somebody sew, really. But I know that a lot of people maybe doesn't know or don't know, the people don't know how knitting. For this, they don't know, they must ask, and it's okay, I think, that we don't sew the stitches. Okay, now the 5 knit stitches for the border. This will be forever and ever that you make your blanket. Until the end, you must make the border with knit stitches. Look. Thank you for your like, chicas. Muchas gracias. At the end, in this little blanket, I must make the same number of rows of the border. So I will, you remember here almost I have 5 centimeters, so I will make some rows, and tomorrow we will change the stitches. Maybe I made a little more squares, and I will show you how is our little blanket. Look the border. You can make the border more stitches if you want, but remember always before you make your blanket, you must calculate. And with this calculation, you must make your stitches. But in tomorrow, I will show you how is our little blanket that you can make for you, for give a present. It's very nice. Okay, my dear friends, before I finish my workshop, I want to invite you to subscribe here on my channel. Maricita Colors in English is total free. Remember, activate the bell to receive the post when I have a new workshop, video, or pattern. And you can find me too on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and TikTok. Okay, my dear friends, thank you for your like. We have now 69 likes. Thank you very much. If you watch this video later, you can give 1 like too. Okay, my dear friends, tomorrow I will show you how we change the squares. Muchas gracias. Take care a lot. And we see us tomorrow. Chao, chao. Muchas gracias. Hasta la vista, amigos.